Welcome back! My name is ballerscuba. This is Video Games Over Time! We are still in 1986, and we are still in The Bard's Tale 2. When we last left off, we made it through what turned out to be a hell of a dungeon in Dargoth's tower that turned out to be quite annoying for me, but I have taken some time off and relaxed a bit, so hopefully things are going to go better for us this time. I am still in Philippi, which is where Dargoth's tower is. It looks like I am facing south. Yep. All right, so let's just get out of Philippi, and we'll move on to the next town and the next dungeon. To do this, we just kind of go south until we hit this little green house. Then we'll turn east, and we will go all the way until we hit a tree, go up twice, north twice, and then we'll go twice east around the trees and then go south, and that will take us where we need to go. The next town is Thessalonica. So everything is starting to sound very Greek to me around here. We got Philippi, Corinth is the name of a town that I don't believe we've been to yet. Ephesus, Colossae, Tangramain, I guess is Greek. But in here we can make it to Thessalonica. So Thessalonica I have been to several times before because this is where I've been doing my level grinding. Turns out this is actually the best place to do level grinding in the next dungeon here. But inside town you kind of go north and then you can follow the path on the southern end at the end. At the western end, facing south, you can see the guild. Facing north, you can see a blackjack. Then most of the stuff is going to be to the south. So we'll go south from here and kind of explore around kind of quickly. South from here is the blackjack dealership. Well, another blackjack dealer, I guess. There is an inn here. We'll go ahead and get another ale for Mary while we're here. We'll do like 3. It doesn't really matter. I probably won't be using him all that much again, but you know, it can be helpful. That's good enough. Then if we continue west from here, we can see another inn, just kind of in there. Go north once and then west, and here is a bank. All the way at the end here is the review board and another blackjack down here. If you go all the way west and then north, you can find Roscoe's. Over here in the corner, you can see another blackjack dealership. I keep on calling it a dealership. That's not right. It's basically a casino. North once and then west is a temple. Let's kind of go south a little bit more here. Along this area, the second one on the right is the shop. North is another temple. We'll kind of go west once and then go north a couple times. More blackjack on the west there, all the way north till you hit the wall. West one, and here is a temple. Across from the temple is another blackjack. And then we're on kind of the northernmost part here. It's kind of staggered, but the second building kind of on your left is going to be another blackjack dealership. Once again, not the right term, but I don't really care at this point. It's weird that there's so many of them. An inn kind of all by itself over here, and then the second one here from the northeast corner, kind of stay in the spot where you can keep going west. The second one here is going to be the dungeon that we are looking for. So let's go ahead and go in here. I have spent a lot of time in here. Where steel is bright and blood runs red, walk down the stair to the maze of dread. All right, let's go in. Luckily, I don't have to go over any level grinding. I haven't done any. And this one is the first dungeon that needs the second dungeon disc. So dungeon disc number 2 is required for this one. So that's what I'm going to put in. All right, and we have made it to the Maze of Dread. like I said, this is supposed to be the best spot in the game for level grinding at all. I wasn't a fan of it, so that's kind of disappointing to me. But we will have Finrod here cast Batch Spell. Get everything up. Basically what I was doing was, we're kind of in this little section. Oh, just straight into a fight to start, are we? This is not a good fight, because those Krill mages. The Dream mages are what make this the best area to fight. The Dream mages will summon illusory enemies, and you can just disbelieve them away and get a whole bunch of spell points for your efforts. So that's something. I'm not a fan of Krill mages, though, because they summon herbs, and herbs are just trolly enemies, and I hate them. So if you can kill herbs quickly, then it's worth it. Otherwise, no. But we're not going to take the stairs. So here we're kind of in a middle section. I basically just kind of go through these doors. If you go, really another fight already. If you go east, it's just a long hallway with a fight at the end. And then there's another fight kind of in a small little section. West is a fight, but then it'll lead you to a teleport, so just kind of go through the door and then stop. South will lead you to 2 fights, and then north is the way that we're going to go. All right, this is also a fight that I would avoid. 7 basilisks. Basilisks can instantly turn you to stone. Doppelgangers will instantly join your party, and then you have to fight your party members until you kill the doppelganger or cast a spell to make it apparent which one is the doppelganger. And then more Krill mages. Like, these are not fun fights, but you can get into good fights around here. All right, so where we actually want to go is north. So let's go north here. Get into a fight, probably? No? Okay. There's also a fight kind of over behind there. Like, that's why this is supposed to be a good spot to level grind. But yeah, Dream Mages, that's the main thing. All right, we'll go through here. The dank corridors of this sinister maze have been tunneled from raw earth and lined with crumbling flagstones. It doesn't look like a safe place. Well, we're going to be here for a while, so I hope it's decent. We're going to go east here and follow kind of the eastern path around, just avoiding the thing to the south for now. We're going to go kind of the long way through this, but once again, I'm going to run from all the fights. Pickpockets can steal your items, so I don't like fighting them either. There's just a lot of enemies around here that you don't want to fight. But if you get a fight that is worthwhile, you get like 50,000 experience for it. So that's kind of why this is supposed to be a good spot. All right, all the way east, north, all the way east again. And once again, we're kind of going on a tour to try to get the clues along the way. We'll go south here, and then east all the way, north, as I get into a fight. And this is actually a fight that I would normally take on. No problems with this fight. It'll probably be worth about 10,000 experience. Take a few turns, but usually I don't get hit during those turns. All right, we'll go north here and then east all the way, get into a fight along the way. That's kind of standard by this point, it feels like. Bog Wraiths, absolutely not. Do not fight Bog Wraiths. They will level drain you. Like, there's just, after this, though, pretty much every fight is going to have something like that, where you don't want to fight it for one reason or another, especially level drains. So that's why this is considered the best spot in the game. It just gets worse from here. All right, on the wall is written, "As yellow as the great ones bellow." The important thing to keep in mind there is the color yellow. That is the important thing. Okay, we'll backtrack a bit. And we will take this and then take it south here. Yes. And then continue east. Yeah, I'm not going off a guide anymore. I kind of learned my lesson last time, just kind of going on the map. Circle around here. There is a trap there. I should be able to avoid it because I have all my stuff going, but there's also a fight here. Once again, not a bad fight at all. Probably about 15,000 experience, maybe 20. It's good, but now you need so much. All right, go east and then not all the way to the wall. Take the one just off the wall and take that south and follow that path around. And eventually you will get to a door, and through here is a clue. On the wall is written, not white, while you can stand and fight. And then we can backtrack out of here. And I think there's 2 more clues for us. I actually missed one at the last section, so we'll go back there. So, all right, back there, and then we'll go west. Several crossbows fire at you, but it looks like they all missed. I'm not supposed to be setting off traps at all, but whatever. All right, west here, south through there, and yeah, we get to a fight. All right, we'll avoid that. And then we can turn north at this long corridor, take it almost all the way. Take the first right, basically. Through this, and then this time, instead of continuing east, we're going to head north. And then we will head east from here. The Krill mages, once again, they're the problem. Everything else I'm fine with. I think the Nair drones turn you old or insane, but that doesn't affect experience, so I don't care all that much. It's really like stone and critical hits that will instantly kill you. Those are the problems. Follow this path around, and then we can get our third clue. On the wall is written, try green, the one who lies unseen. So we've seen yellow, white, and green. That's what we've seen so far. And then we can take this kind of back the way that we came. No, it's fine. You might want to have somebody in your party if you're level grinding here just to avoid the doppelganger problem. But that's basically it. Okay, this time we're going to go west twice and then up this narrow corridor. And this will eventually lead us to the last clue. And then it's just a matter of finding our way out. You can't... Oh, a new enemy that I want to talk about, the Slaymakers. They will summon Slayers. And Slayers, if they land the shot, will instantly kill you. So I don't like fighting against Slaymakers either. Just so many enemies that I'm just like, yeah, I don't like fighting them. Mostly because Mindblade can't reach them as far away as they are. But that's a whole different thing. All right, so once you go north, go east, and then follow this path all the way north again. Then turn east, go that, and follow the path around. There are traps and fights around here. We should be able to avoid most of them. Yeah, Soul Suckers, I believe they just drain HP. I don't believe they level drain. They look like vampires. Just like a lot of other vampires around here. All right, traps right there. Spiked pit, but it didn't hit anybody, I guess. Can I go north? Yes, I can, to another fight. And then here we have an option west or east. We will take it west. Here we go, and follow that around. Get into a trap and a fight there. No? Okay. All right, then we have an option of west or north. We're going to go west and then turn straight south and follow that all the way to the end. And then this little path will eventually lead us to a door. Yeah, there's so many things I don't want to deal with here. Nope, we got another fight. Nope. I mean, those near drones aren't bad, but the pickpockets, they can steal the items from you. It's something that they say is item zonk, and then you have to check. It's just not fun. All right, through here, on the wall is written, yes, brown, as was the mighty crown. Okay, so that's the last clue, but there is, it looks like, one more thing that is like a message, so we'll look at the message. All right, well, south out of here and take this north. And then when we have the option of north and west, we'll take it west after we get through the fight. So many fights. Flamesters are not bad at all. They actually do wither you. They make you old. All right. Then we have an option of what do we have? We have south and north. Where am I? Yeah, okay, I know where I am. Take it 1 north, then turn west. Step on the trap. Doesn't look like anybody got poisoned. But there is a fight here as well. Titan mages, also very good for fighting. Because they summon illusory things. And then they just try to throw hammers at you that never land. At least in my experience, they never land. Then we can go north here. Follow this path around. And then we will take the path north, and then the first right, which is east. There's a fight here. Not a bad fight at all, but once again, we're running from that, and I can do level grinding at some other point. Well, Basilisk Snare, that could end my run this time. Doesn't look like it landed. All right, nobody got stoned. I don't have a way to cure stone. You got to go to the temple for that. All right, then over here is another one. Oh, looks like it's just another blue thing, which is fine. I'll take it, but 'twas blue, the one that never knew. All right, so once again, kind of mislabeled on my map, but glad I went there. All right, so follow this kind of path out, then go south, and then east, and follow that around. We basically need to go east from here. And the easiest way to do that is all the way south. Don't take that first path east. Then, once you hit the wall, go east and turn south. And then east. And then north. And then we're basically going to keep going east and north from here for a while. Then we'll take the path around because we don't have a choice. And then we'll head south a couple times, then east, and then turn north. And then at the intersection, go north, and that will eventually lead us where we need to go, which are the stairs leading down. Okay. Here, let's go south to start, and then we'll go west. That's a trap there. We will leave it. Little enemy. That's fine. We'll go at the first intersection. We'll go east all the way to the wall. Yeah, there's a fight here, and then we'll take this north all the way around. Should lead us to another clue, or at least a message of some sort. Who knows what they are anymore? We'll take the path all the way around. I don't think there's anything too bad there. Honestly, level 2, I don't know what the enemies are, so just keep running after this. And then here, the Grafnar Lord is magic proof. That's probably going to be useful at some point. Okay, then from here, we will basically backtrack to the last intersection, and then we will head out west from here. Apparently the only enemies around here that can level drain you are blood thieves, but I have not encountered them yet. And then we'll go east, land on the trap, which is just poison. Poison's fine. And then we will go south, follow this path around a bit. There's supposed to be something here. They even said something special is near. Huh. Well then, we'll backtrack out of here. We'll just go north. Apparently it's just not going to show up for me, which I guess is fine. And then we'll take this path west and south and around, and then north back to the stairs. Just basically around back to where we started. Then we will go north. I think there's like a random teleport here. I don't like the sound of that. Then we'll take it west all the way, then turn north and go all the way here, going over the trap, and then east and follow this path around. And there we can get another clue. A voice says, ask him of Oscon, he who knows many things. that does not really help with the clue that I was hoping for, but it is a clue nonetheless. Okay. Let's head back out and around, and then south, and then we'll turn west. And there's a trap there. Went over it just fine. And then we'll take this west and south. Trying to figure out how to get to the other clues here. Okay, I see the next one. Okay. What am I facing all of a sudden? All right, we'll take this one south and then take this west all the way to the wall and then back north. And we'll just avoid all these fights. Probably have to meme enemies closer to me at some point. All right. West and then south here. Yes, okay. And then west, as far as I can go. The trap is right in front of me here. We'll cross over it straight north. Circle around. This is a maze after all. And then we'll take the first east exit kind of from that little corridor. Follow that around. Go south at the intersection here. Jeez, it's so complicated. Hey, the Grateful Dead. I have a feeling the herbs are pot jokes then, if the Grateful Dead are also in this. Just a thought. East, there's a door. We're going to ignore that and go north and kind of around until we can get to the door that faces south, and we will go in there. On the wall is etched this message: time is short on the snare, take care. Well, I could have told you that kind of no matter what. Okay, so we'll take this path backwards until we get an option of south or west, which we will go west, and then we'll go north all the way and follow this path until we have an option where a trap is of west or south. We'll just go west, going over the trap. There's supposed to be fights a long way around here. Nothing in that door, so we're just going to ignore it, keep going west. That way's a dead end, so we'll go north here. And then east all the way first. Yeah, just ignoring all of that. And follow this path around and follow this all the way south first. And then all the way around here, through here, we can find another clue. Seek the Zen Master, friends. Okay. We'll take this path kind of out and then go east. There's a trap here. We'll go over it. Leave it. And then go there. And go all the way east, north, east, until you get the option. And then go south from here. Notice that there was like something that led up. That'll just take you back to level 1. There's no reason for us to do that at this point. And we will run from that. Okay. So yeah, we went south after we saw the way up. South, east, and then we'll go south there. And we will run from that. And turn east. Yes. And then south. And over here is supposed to be also something that was important. Once again, the game even tells me that, but it's not popping up for one reason or another. Fun. Okay. What's the fastest way to get back where we were? We'll go north, west, north. West and north again. We're back on the pit. And then west from here. Don't go all the way there. It's just a fight. So then south, west twice. And then north. And then west here will kind of lead us towards the center. Here, There is a door. We'll go in that. Etched in the wall is this message. The thirst brings on even score of jaunts. Oh, no, we're not getting colors anymore. We never use those. Forward twice here. There's a trap. But what we're looking for, I think that is all the messages that I was looking for in this one. So let's go into the middle. And we will drop another save because I possibly don't know what I'm doing here. There's only 3 floors of this one, so we're about halfway through. This is kind of the end of number 2 here. In case you're wondering, that is the dog possibly snoring behind me if you can hear it. Okay. So... And we will go forward here. And I don't know which way it turned me. There's a spinner in the middle. There's 2 clues here. And then something that is, kind of a puzzle here. Oh, well, we got the puzzle to start. On the wall is written, the Riddler's clues lie on the entry level. Okay. There we go. That was a clue, I guess, then. A man appears in a puff of smoke and speaks to you. Blue, red, green, brown, black, white, yellow. Colors cast in the artist's pot. Name the false while canst be caught. So the correct answer is red. But I think the clue that we're missing is also in this room, and the spinner just didn't take us there. You want to put in the clue backwards. So it's DER, which is red backwards. And if I do that... Correct, he exclaims, then disappears, and Arwen got it. Arwen does not need it, so we will trade it. This is the Sword of Zar. That is going to go on to Aragorn. It is supposed to be a weapon that increases critical hits, I believe, so we will equip that. And then we will trade the Hawk Blade over to somebody with some room. I think Círdan has some room. All right, so the Sword of Zar is supposed to be like a much better weapon. We will see how that pans out for me. We will see. Okay. We've already got that clue. That's back where we kind of started. Nope. I'm trying to get the other clue. But they're not giving it to me. Oh, there we go. A whispering voice says the Sword of Zar lies below. Okay, well, we got it, I guess. All right, so now we'll just turn until I see a door, and that's the way out. Okay. Then, yeah, I can tell the person that wrote the guide just kind of checked out at this point. We want to go down, yes? Where is the way down? I don't see it on the map, so I got what I came for, and yeah, they're not telling me anything else. He didn't give me any clues on how to get to the next floor, so let me look that up, and then I'll be back. Okay, so it looks like the only way to get to level 3, as far as I can tell, is through an elevator, based on the clues I've been able to find, so... we'll go back out, and then we will go kind of a new way to get back to where we started. So we'll go west, turn north. There's possibly a fight there. Just go north past it, and then east, north, and then we'll go as far east as I can go. Yeah, there's a fight there. Yeah, this is a hell of a maze, but we're getting through it, and so far it's not too bad. We'll go all the way east until I hit a wall, and then follow this path until there's an option, and we'll go east because west is a dead end. Get into a fight there. And then we will go north and follow this around to the south. Until we hit the wall, then we'll go east all the way to the wall, north, and then go north as far as we can until we hit that wall. All right, nothing too bad there, it sounds like. But once again, I'll deal with fights off screen. They just take a long time, and I end up going way faster in the fight. All right, so all the way to the wall, then east. Trap is right there, but we can hopefully avoid damage. Oh, and then there's also going to be a fight. There's not supposed to be. Or it's not a scripted one, at least. All right, we can go through that. That's fine. Okay. And then we will go east, south twice, then east twice, north, and then something special is near here. Now, I am told this is an elevator, so let's go and deal with it. All right, you stand in a 10 by 10 room with 3 buttons on the wall, numbered 1, 2, and 3. You can press the button or exit the room. All right, we got it's an actual elevator. Let's deal with the elevator. We want to go to number 3. And then we will exit the room. Why did my Mako go away? That's weird. Okay, we're still facing east. All right, if we turn around west, let me line up level number 3. This is the final level, so we're getting there. We'll go... that's not what I was expecting to happen. I don't believe that I need anything here. Let me double check. No, there's so little clues here. All right, we'll leave it. There we go. A sign proclaims, intruders know that you trespass on the grounds of the Grafnar Fist. Leave or die. I will just continue on. Yeah, I can just ignore almost all of this. So north of here is one room with a fight. Down this way is an elaborate maze filled with fights. I honestly haven't even tracked it long enough to figure out if you can go through it. It's like quarter of the map. Like, you might be able to get through. All right, next set of doors. North here, a sign reads Troop Barracks, B, Swordsman. Good for them. But that's all that I really came to show here. We'll exit out south. On the other side is just more fights, and I don't think a way out. Next set, north is fights. South is, looks like fights. I don't know. The map makes it so weird to see. Yeah, just 2 fights. All right. Then west of here, north is is a fight, and then a room with a spinner, and then you can go into a darkness room that I'm hoping to avoid. South of here is a fight room, and we might need to go through there. Okay. Over here, Troop Barracks A, Archers, and that's all that we care about there. Okay. So we do need to go through kind of the last southern door here. And... really? The fight's there? The fight was not supposed to be there. Either way, we're ignoring it. Through this one, on the west, is just a couple rooms with nothing else. All right. Here is going to be important for later, but we don't have it yet, so let's just go south. All of these are just fights on the doors on the left, so we're ignoring those and kicking down the door there. A sign reads, Training Center, Weapons and Stealth, something special is near. All right, we're going to make it here, and then I am going to drop a save. And I will play the Bard song. You play number 4. I still have volume off. Fantastic. And then we can go through here. Or are we getting into a fight first? We're getting into a fight first. And then we can go forward here. This is the weapon school. Before you is the arms master of the Grafnar Fist and 12 of his pupils. Intruders, he calls out. Here's your chance, boys. Have at 'em. These guys mean business. And what are we up against here? Give me blood, man, you scream. 1 arms master and 12 pupils. They're all in melee range. I'm going to go after the arms master with my melee people, and then 1 person is going to go for a mind blast, and the other person is going to go for the wizard's war on the pupils. All right, Arwen does not hit. Durin does not hit. Aragorn critical hits. So down goes the master. Just one critical did it. Apparently the Sword of Tsar works really well. We'll take it. All right, and now we're hitting all these guys. And then this is what I've been doing. Let me show you guys. Warp mode. That's 13 times speed for the record. All right, so then we can turn that off. And then we will go for Wizard War and Wizard's War. And we will use these commands and warp mode, please. They're still all alive. That is so much damage. All right, there's still 4 of them. I think we started with 10, so I've killed 6, right? So we can attack and then just one more Wizard War and we'll have you defend. And I feel like that should do the trick, and I won't turn on warp mode for this. All right, we got 1. We got 2. All right, there's just 2 left. Let's not waste any more spell points just in case I need it. So just regular attacks and then defending. It would help if you landed the shots, though. And that's kind of the issue with fighting later on in this game. It's just a lot of missing. A lot of missing. All right, we got 1. Because that was the only shot that landed out of everybody. Yeah, all right, Arwen did a lot of good work, and we get a little over 10,000. And we got a Ring of Return and War Gloves out of that. I will take it. I will say for the Sword of Tsar, sometimes you might needed to have won the battle test in level 2 of Dargoth's Tower, but other times you don't. I don't know what the difference is. Okay. So that is now done. That is one of the fights. Not too difficult there. We'll go north, and then at the training center, we will turn... Well, where it says training center, we will turn west. Like, these fights are harder than that one. That was way harder. We'll turn west and go through here, and we will follow this path around. And can I... No. Okay, so there's supposed to be something here, but I can't deal with it yet, I guess. We'll go east and then turn south and go all the way west here. Caution, officers allowed to pass here with permits only. Absolutely no mages allowed ahead. You can bring the mages. There's just a lot of spell point draining tiles here. I'm going to drop a save because this might be important as we get into a fight, it looks like. All right, we'll run from that, and then we will drop another save here. Number 34. Okay, we good? All right, so all of these are SP draining things. It's just a straight path here. So let's try to go through it as best as you can. And we will run and just keep going forward all the way around. There's only one path to go through here. And yes, there are farts along the way. I wouldn't recommend taking them on. We're out of spell points already. And all the way around here and down here. Leave it. And then through this door, we will get into a fight. You just walked into the meeting room, and before you stands the Lord of the Grafnar mercenaries and his personal guard. You're not my men, he shouts. Put them to death. It's another fine mess you've gotten into. How many enemies? 8 elite guards, 1 Grafnar Lord. Okay. So this is also an anti-magic tile. So as I'm getting spell points back by each turn because of the mage staff, I won't be able to use anything. So you guys just kind of defend. All right. And this is where I end up just wanting to do warp speed, as they call it. And I might. If everybody misses on the first turn. Yep, everybody missed on the first turn. All right, so everybody attack the Lord. Defend, defend. Yes. And let's turn that on. All right, we landed one. We landed one. Killed the Lord. Let's go for the elite guardist. A, D, yes. And nobody is hitting me. Not a single one. All right, 8 left. I think that's where it was before. Still 8. All right, we got 1, 2. All right, 6. 6 left, and I still haven't gotten hit. 5 left. I still haven't gotten hit. Still 5. I don't think anybody landed a shot there. All right, we got 1 landed a shot, but not enough to kill. I think that was Durin. Durin got another landed shot, but not enough to kill. And like this is level grinding. This is what it's like for me. Once again, 13 times speed. If they're just melee attackers like that, like this is just what it is. Especially if I can't cast magic. But every turn I get, another magic point back, so I'm not going to complain too much. 3 left. I think even Mary's landing shots now. 2 to go. 1 to go. Still the 1. All right. Are we good? I thought I saw damage, but it wasn't enough. All right, let's speed it up again. All right, we got it. And I didn't even catch everything that we got there. Okay. Jeez. We're getting in fights on this spot as well. Okay, we'll run from that. We're facing west, which is the way we came in, and then we can go north, which will lead us back to where we were before. Okay, so let's try to figure out if I picked up something. You didn't. The Ring of Return we got from the last fight. I believe that just takes us back where... back to like Tangermain or something like that, but I probably won't be using it. Mary didn't pick anything up. All right, we got War Gloves. We got a Diamond Shield, which I believe at this point I would probably sell. We still need somebody with some room. I did bring a lamp this time. I tried to be smarter about it. Okay. So those are kind of the 2 main things I wanted to deal with here in this level. So let me try to figure out where I'm supposed to go to actually move forward. We will cast Batch Spell again, and then I will pause, and we'll figure out how to beat the dungeon now that I've done kind of the optional things. All right, the way to the snare is not too bad from here. We'll go forward once, which is east, then turn south until we hit the door. The east and south one more time, and then we'll end up in kind of a small corridor. Now, once again, I've had to do extensive testing on how to defeat the snare, but I have figured it out, at least for my version of the game. If you're playing other versions, it will be different, and that's the advice that I've been given time and time again, and it was driving me nuts. All right, all the way to the east, then north until you hit the door, go through 2 doors, then turn east. And we can kind of see the wall in the distance. We want to go east instead, through there, and then... through the northern door, just straight north here, turn east and go through that. We'll run there, and east through those, and then we want to go through the southern door on the eastern wall. There's 2 doors there, just the southern one. And then we can turn south and go out there. just running from all the fights at this point, which we've been doing for a long time. Straight south from here, just keep going south until you hit the wall, and then follow this all the way around. Danger, troops beware, ahead lies the real-time puzzle Snare. Proceed at thy own risk. A trap is right... Well, we passed it. All right, let me drop a save here. And once again, I probably have to explain the Snare a bit, which I'm always not a fan of doing, but I was given a lot of bad information about it. So step onto here, and here we get Snare number 4. A voice says, "Greetings again, you potential corpses. Even as you listen to me, your time grows short." Okay, so what I have been told I need to do is go north here. We'll get the 2 messages that are here. A voice says, "Keep the faith, kid." On here it says, "On the wall here is written, for every need there is a satiation." Yes. What we're going to do first is go through here. This will lead us into darkness. This is what I'm told I need to do. This is, as far as I can tell, not necessary in this version of the game. We'll go forward 2, turn left, go forward 4, turn left, go forward 1. And even though it says we're in darkness, that was the previous square, we are not in darkness here, and I can use the Bard to play number 7, which will give me this. Now, in other versions of the game, and I'm told what's supposed to be in this version of the game is supposed to be a clue. So let me pause while I pull up the clue that was supposed to show up here. It was supposed to say... a voice says, "Though seeming of little value, repetitiveness is definitely endurable." That's what I'm told was supposed to be there. Obviously, nothing showed up. I'm told also that this is supposed to be the second step, and maybe that will do it. I tried that. That didn't work either. As far as I can tell, they never gave me the clue. The answer that we're looking for is that word endurable. But in order to do what we need to do, we'll go all the way to the north here, where it says "Keep the faith, kid," and go through this door. And we'll take this path all the way around. Anti-magic field is very active here. There should be a spinner somewhere around here. We passed it. It's just a loop, so if the wall is facing left, that's the right way. We went over an HP drain tile there. That's fine. But here in the corner it says, "A man appears before you saying, 'I am the master alchemist. Take my gift and leave me be.' He then disappears." And Arwen got something. What did Arwen get? Arwen got a vial. All right. Then we can kind of backtrack the way that we came, go over the HP drain again, over the spinner. Didn't work either time. I'm okay with that. Or at least spun me in a full loop there. All right, back to where we were before. Keep the faith, kid. Like I said, I've been told also that I need to get the vial first and then go to that section, and then maybe it'll give me the clue. It didn't do that for me either. So there's that. And then, yeah, it'll teleport you out, like right here. We'll play the Bard song again because our torch went out. All right, what we need to do is once we have the vial, go in through here. Go forward 2, turn right, go forward 3, turn right, go forward, and then we'll find a magic mouth here. A mouth on the wall speaks to you. Say to me the value of rote actions. Once again, the answer was supposed to be endurable, which we were supposed to get from the other magic mouth that is never showing up for me and seemingly is bugged. So there we go. Corrected exclaims. Now, I was told that this was supposed to warp me. In my version of the game, it does not do that, so we have to turn around, go forward, turn left, go forward 3, turn left, go forward 2, kick our way out, and we can play the Bard song again, and now we're back in the center room. Now, let me pause it here because we have... the reason I keep pausing it is because we're on a timer, and if I let the timer expire, we just all die, which has happened to me many times while I've been trying to figure out this one. So, I've been told that in other versions of the game, the magic mouth, once you say endurable, it will warp you. By the way, the vial is now a torch, and it seems to be a torch of like infinite uses, which is weird, but I've never actually gotten to the end of that one. So the magic mouth is supposed to warp you. In my version of the game, it doesn't. In other versions of the game, and what most people tell me, is that I need to do that process of getting the vial and giving it to the magic mouth and saying endurable. I've been told 5 times. I've been told 6 times. I've been told 10 times. So I've been doing that, testing it. None of those are accurate, at least for my version of the game. In other versions, I can't speak for it. I've seen clips of other people doing it. It seems to be accurate for their versions. For my version, I only need to do it once. So I've done it. I just need to find the way out, which is through here. Now the warp is active. It was not active before, but since we solved it, it is now active. Hooray, we did it. I just have to turn on this tile. A voice says, once again, thou hast defeated my snare, and yet you see you're but halfway there. Proceed, small ones, and meet my dare. There's a segment to a scepter here, and Arwen has gotten it. Segment number 4. So we have 4 of the 7, I believe. I'm also been told that if you use these segments in battle, it will cast a spell, but I don't really mess around with that. All right. Once we're out through here, we can kind of backtrack to the elevator. If we go all the way to the end, I can kind of show that off again where we are. So you kind of have a sense of where we are, because there is a message here. But we have solved the snare. We got the 4th one, and there we go. We've made it back to the training center. We had to go that way, and then straight ahead that way was one of the big fights, but we don't need to deal with that. And once again, those are one-way doors, because of course they are. We can head out through here, and then turn east, and make it all the way back to the elevator, which we can take to... No, we can't take it yet. We have to run from these guys, which we can take up to floor number 1. There we go. And then we can exit that and get immediately into a fight with bog wraiths. Jeez. All right, we can run from that. Getting out of here, we're not going to need the teleporter. We'll be fine. We can, though, cast the batch spell to get all my stuff back up. And I did get... no, I didn't get a full heal. I was looking at the wrong numbers. Really? Is this all necessary? Run. We can also cast rest to deal with all the damage that we received. All right. Are you serious? Greater restoration. There we go. And we're fine again. The bard song does not last long in this game. We can go forward there and down here back to the stairs. And that's how easy it is to get to the elevator. And we'll take these out and enter the character disc, and we can be done with the Maze of Dread. So that is number 4 done. We're probably over halfway through the game right now. Not only in terms of that, but the segments, but overall. And then they ask you about the Maze of Dread again. And now we're back in Thessalonica. So that is going to do it for this part, because I probably spent an hour and a half to 2 hours figuring out what was going on with the Maze of Dread, because they kept telling me the wrong thing and nobody just told me I needed to go to a warp. I have 3 guides. None of them mentioned that. Everybody just said, okay, the answer is endurable, and that's it. You're done. You win. And I go, but what? Like, where do I go once I get that? This is driving me insane. But I'm going to finish up level grinding. I'm going to get all the spells for Archmage for both of my characters. I'm going to do that here in the Maze of Dread. And then we will pick up from here next time, where I can get, I believe, the next 3 in the next dungeon. Something like that. Or, I don't know. I shouldn't read too far ahead, but definitely should be faster getting the rest of the wand pieces. We'll figure it out as we keep going, but that's going to do it for this part. I'll figure out what I need to do for the next area. We'll have our last level grinding session done, and then we'll be good moving forward. That's going to do it for this part of the Bard's Tale 2. I've been ballerscuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. I hope you laughed, I hope you learned, and I hope to see you next time for more of the Bard's Tale 2, and hopefully less frustration on my part. Thanks for watching.